So let's take a few comments on social media. I have one from Mr. Ogundemu. He says, hello, Morayo. It's just that K1 is not so emotionally attached or attracted to this lady any longer. This is the same Wasiu that used to hug, kiss, and do all sorts with his former wife during at live shows. This was the wife before marrying this lady. So there's no emotional attachment any longer. Could you read that from that video? I don't know.
No.
I didn't think I read that.
Oh, they judged this video.
Yeah, that there's no more emotional attachment. That this,
can't
that
tell.
K1 used to hug and kiss his former.
I can't tell from that
It's
video.
possible what he's thinking. Some people will be saying he's a polygamist. You know, they will believe those polygamists just move on quickly. You know, Roller K says
wow. For
before
just
marriage, most men pretend to be romantic, but after marriage, they switch to see-finish mode. This affects women and making them wonder: is this the man I married? This eventually builds up disconnection between both, and that is why women hide under Omugo and get out. Tolu says, this table you people are broken. The pepper also, he puts a laughing emoji, so maybe he's joking.
A lady here, let me not mention her name. She said, good morning, Mo. Atigbakamu on PDA. Now we have to watch romantic movies and, you know, these men can't change. I'm still waiting for flowers after 11 years of marriage.
I don't want flowers. William Davis says, it's normal, but the man using handkerchief to clean his lip after the kiss is somehow embarrassing. This is Africa. One should always remember that African read meanings to everything.
Well, do you know about the handkerchief? You know, there are some things that is just force of habit. You find something sticky on your lip and just without paying attention, or subconsciously just wipe it. No, just even subconsciously just wipe your lip because you feel something on your lip. That can happen.
So Lu says again, Kwan is a polygamist, and with polygamy comes see-finish. PDA is not a trade of polygamists. The Igbo people that we learnt these PDA vibes from, how many of them show PDA while they are married to more than one wife at the same time?
Did you learn it from Igbo people?
Well, that's an interesting...
Did you see your grandfather PDA?
Wait, let us talk
No, if you did not learn from Igbo people, from TV we learned.
Good morning, hello, are you there?
Mundo and Zeaworld.
Tokumba, are you there?
I don't watch those.
Yes, I am.
You're live, go ahead, please.
Okay, I feel from the party she organized, I feel they were quarreling beforehand.
Oh, jeez.
Everything was surprised at the body. They made a kind of facial update, which looks like, okay, they are trying to settle this. So that kiss he didn't accept is because it probably feels a little upset something they must have argued.
How long is this video again?
God of mercy.
Thank you, Mr. Tokumba. It's your view. Let it count. It's your view. I mean, I'm just
different interpretation.
a bit.
I have a message from White Lion. It says, a man builds a house, a woman makes it a home.
Okay.
If you refuse to protect what belongs to you, whether in private or in public, you stand the risk of losing the man to another woman. There are more women than men on earth, and every woman needs a man in her life.
Okay.
You must persistently shower romance on your man 24/7. Okay. Otherwise, there are more women out there who are willing to take over your throne. We are no more in that ancient days where women are shy. These days, some women can seduce your husband right under your nose. If the man refuse romance in public, I can bet there's another woman. There's either another woman out there or is losing interest gradually. Okay. So,
That's from the man's point of view.
Wait. What's valid about this? Because I need to understand.
It's a man's point of view.
Well, I get that. But we also need to use this platform to help re-educate some men.
Yeah.
When you say another woman will seduce your man, the man wanted to be seduced.
Of course.
So there's no woman, get the point, no woman can seduce my husband
without
if he doesn't.
husband's permission.
Yeah, with the husband's permission to be seduced.
Yeah.
So it's not about you losing your husband.
No, let's be careful. Seduction is not about the man allowing himself. It's about someone sending you energy, sending you the vibe. No. Fantastic. You can reject it.
Yes.
But that act of doing it's something you do towards someone.
So it's not it's not the woman. It's not dependent on the woman who's seducing.
No.
See,
it's not dependent on
when
the man
they say
alone.
There are women that will seduce your men. It's true. There are men that will seduce your women. It's true. So it's like when we say, lead me not into temptation. So temptations will happen around you. That is life. You walk through the valley of the shadow of death. That is life. But while you are walking through, how do you protect yourself?
How strong are you?
So that we don't always blame the men for the way someone looked at them. No, not falling, for the way someone looked at them, and then she was looking at him a certain way, and then she crossed it. He cannot control that.
Oh, yeah.
What he can control is how he responds to that.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing.
You just see, sometimes you guide what you value. We went for one party in Long, me and my husband. And because me, I don't like public, I sat down
Exactly.
shopping
They will reach out.
And then I heard the band calling my husband's name, calling the band where he works, hailing him. And some 3 air pass. These people carry behind, be front, be everything. They come like she go all this way long. They do everything like this. I look at myself, I said, Nima, how many times did I call you? Don't be sleeping.
So you got up?
I got up. I don't say that's in public. My somebody.
Yeah, I'm the wife.
I scared them away. I went to praise the band. The band started calling, I said, name is Nima. I said,
That's the wife.
And the wife.
I said, Ayazimiri. I remember that party. They said, Nima, Ayazimiri. I sprayed the girls away because I don't want problem. This is Miriam said. See, because when we say it to us like this, we just drop on the defense. Like, no, it's you who allow it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could be allowing some things to threaten your space.
There's also a flip side.
Yes, now. Yes,
No, we don't talk.
He don't say when they write beware of dogs for compound.
Yeah.
Thieves still they enter.
Yeah.
No matter how beware of dog you write, person when enter, go enter.
Exactly.
So there's a part of, there's a responsibility for the person in question who is being seduced.
Yes.
We're not
To
talking wrong.
accept
Yes.
or not.
Right.
There's that responsibility. There's
The
a
operative word
responsibility.
is
Yes.
seduced.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Seduction happens. People
Yeah.
will come. There's one that he went to a party recently. He said it was a pool party stuff, so he went in to swim. Before he realized what was happening, he was surrounded.
You know, I was like an eligible bachelor.
He talked, so he said some things were popping in front.
Everywhere.
He said,
They will
he
cover
came
his
out,
eyes.
he was shaking. He said, women are desperate. Women are desperate.
Oh.
I said, what did you do? He
Because
said,
they
I
never
jumped
talk
out.
now. We don't ask.
I jumped out of the pool, I carried my bag, and I told the guy that I'm coming. Now, so I reached out. So immediately he got into the house, said, baby, come and calm me down. Come and hear the kind of things I saw today. Come and touch me to calm me down.
Yes,
I was laughing, you know. So that responsibility is also on the person who's being seduced to either accept it or not. Some people fall because sometimes they are weak, and that weak link could be that they have stopped. So one of the red flags of somebody who is beginning to accept is when we go out, we touch. We now go out and I'm doing like this and I'm doing like that. It's also when a psychologist will tell you, it's also a red flag that something is beginning to happen. Another person is picking his interest and his, trying to.
I want to say something.
You can, as what Nima did now, you can also help your partner to foresee.
Now that's
and
where
prevent.
I'm different. Well, that's where I'm different. If I was in Nima's shoes, I wouldn't stand up.
Because
That's who I am.
Wow.
I'll just sit down. I put the responsibility on him.
you to do the
I
right
expect him to know the right thing. I'm not going to stand up and try to stand. Let me come out. I'll sit exactly where I am. So you now, if I see and observe and how you are dancing with them and everything, no problem. We come to your house to have a conversation. But I'll expect you to be man enough to know and excuse yourself.
Just for the records, he wasn't even noticed.
Of course, he wouldn't
Because
notice.
they don't see it.
But you as a woman, know women. And I'm saying this here because
Exactly,
I have been,
women.
just a moment, I've been in that position where I had to advise a guardian. And, there was a woman who would always come to our house every evening trying to be all nice in her business, trying to, daddy, is there, maybe mommy, and she would just sit down and say, he will deal with it. And I had the conversation with the other woman. Okay, take your
Let me pause the call. Tunde from Redemption Camp. I don't know if we've done something wrong. Tunde from RCCG. Good morning. Are you there?
We need
Are we
to
in
be
trouble with
delivered
Daddy Jew?
today.
Good morning, Tunde. Are you there?
Oh, please be there.
Oh, no. Tunde, hello.
Sunday.
Oh,
It's coming to lay hands on
So,
us.
that's like, go ahead.
I had the conversation with the woman who was always coming, and she was like, I want to be helping mommy. She's getting old. I was like, what kind of help? We say, she's getting old. So, I just want to...
The way Bathsheba helped David.
And she explained, and I came and said, Madam, if they collect you're married, all this your self-independent woman things. You see, we're Africans, and this person that is sending this, because whenever they tell women they can seduce other women, they say the man has a job to do it. Sometimes it needs your help.
It needs your help.
I witnessed one instance where that man was saying to the woman, we need to go out, and I'll be meeting this woman. She's always all nice, and I don't like it. Can you just do something about it? Can you come with me all the time? So like, I cannot be fighting off women, anything like you do. They were at 30 years of their marriage at the time. And she thought, maybe he has done this over years. There are sometimes when he needs your help, give it. What are you saying? I mean, you see, you don't value the relationship.
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
To fight for something.
You see me, now is in the before, in the now. If you come, you meet me. My presence, I will feel. You will feel the room. You better know what you are facing.
Mark my
if you want to come and shoot your face.
Interesting. I mean, it's good to learn from different people's perspective because I would.
So let me add a little. There are some men that are very nice. They wouldn't want to say no.
Right.
Because of the self-esteem of the lady. And it starts from, okay, I don't want to tell, I understand, but I don't want to tell her no. She's just not, thank you.
You'll be using all emotion.
Yeah.
And before they realize, that was not the intention. They love their wives. But because they find it difficult, especially men who don't like confrontation, they find it difficult. They find it difficult to say no. The empathy is too much. And these women are hawks. They know those men and they keep coming and coming and coming till they finally, before you know it, it takes a little thing to start. Yes, even for men, women too. It takes a little thing to start. Emotional connection will first build before the physical one. So in that case, if you happen to have such a man, please help him. Don't sit pretty and say, I expect you to. He doesn't want to fall.
So that thing
I'll come to you in a second. Let me just take this call from Tunde. Tunde is back from RCCG. Good morning, are you there? Hello, Tunde.
Holy Spirit is
They
not
called him
allowing
back.
him.
Tunde now.
Holy Spirit is stopping this thing.
Hello,
the demon doesn't want to.
Oh, please.
Okay, I think we lost that. Go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
so I was just going to say that there's a danger that a lot of nice people fall into the trap. Which is you're so nice, you forget to set boundaries for yourself. And for me, I feel like that's a whole different conversation. And, in raising my children, I see one that's really, really nice, and I'm teaching that one to put boundaries, because for me, I felt I learned it later in life and it would have paid me, it would have done me a lot of good if I had started early. You're very concerned about the other person's state of mind, about how to receive things. You want to let people down gently, and you would even take to some form of abuse, and disservice to yourself. So when you teach, when you have such a partner, I feel that conversation about setting boundaries, I know that she just lost her dad. It's okay. We can send her a message together. Oh, she wants to see, she can come and visit us, something like that. So he knows that you're not stopping him from being nice, but you're just saying that let's just be careful so that it doesn't. And then if a mistake has happened before, you can say, but you remember how this degenerated to that?
No, that can even be dangerous. You say you did not let the past go. If you tell him you remember how. So you see, if you're not a mom of my husband, you're not a woman he has to protect by Islamic standard. You can't just walk into my house and spend the night.
For what?
Ground rules. You can't just come into my space. I would create the barriers. You must be someone, either I am open to trusting of, or you're someone from inside, a friend or anybody that I know and I trust. You can't just come and some people say, yeah, this person is don't be in my space. Don't be in my house. Because now so that they from there come. Some men are deeply nice. I know someone who used to answer every greeting with my dear. How are you, my dear? How are you, my dear? Before we know, one young girl now came, say, I've been calling me my dear since now.
And everybody will believe.
This thing I'm telling you, this one are real life. Say, I've been calling me my dear since, and he's in love with me. And the other person was like, but he says my dear to me too. By the time we finished, and I like, I've been in love with him.
Right.
Yes.
So she had a strategy to come in, and you're there lose guarding.
Yes.
In the name of
well, you see, okay, wait. Let me be sure, because I said, I get that, and I think that's also interesting to hear, because there are different ways of looking at things. For someone like me, I always expect that you should know better. You should absolutely, completely know better. So I had a friend too. I mean, many of you already know. Many of you.
He's a full-blown
man. Somebody else who raised you. You are making the mistake.
I'm just saying. Okay, listen, we're all learning from each other here. So I have to. You all knew about. I had a friend once that it was clear. She had the heart of my heart, like pray, like it was there. I saw it, but I pretended I didn't see it because I expected him to know what to do. And luckily for me, he did know what to do. No. Because the kind of person I married is not. He knows it. He can smell it from afar, and he cut off the relationship himself. Now What?
No.
No.
Say that.
Don't say that. The girl was very clear. I mean, it was in our faces. It was in our faces, and he was the one that said, this person, he himself cut off the relationship. Very well.
You know who you married.
So I know the kind of person he is.
And also we should know that there are some people that will take that step and cut something. So it's not that because the person is not as powerful, that's why she didn't get someone's husband. Sometimes the men also are they are very confident and very sure of what they want and what they don't want.
Exactly. So it's not the onus is not always on the woman. To be fighting or putting there. You don't have to always do that. There's some men that actually take
So I wanted to point out that sometimes the man doesn't see it as well.
Yeah.
The man is just being a nice person because this is who I am, and the women are falling head over heels in love. Yeah. So there was this particular guy that was good, church boy. He will come, they'll do counseling, But I just realized anytime I pass, this lady, the counseling they are doing is me, I don't understand, because the smile, she's all smile, glowing. She's glowing, she's excited. I had to call this brother, come, please, which counseling are you people doing? A few years down the line, this particular girl sabotaged her marriage, his marriage, because she had fallen deeply in love with him. In his mind, and just counseling, she was going through a lot, and just really, the woman don't fall in love and trapped him with pregnancy from one mistake. Because he's a nice person. So such people, when you get belay for them, you go collect them. They go enter your house because you're nice. So there are men who can stand and say, even if it happens by mistake and you get belay, bring the belly, my mama go carry her, and I move on with my life. So understand your partner, and if you can help. If he's okay, he's good on his own, then leave him be.
So I also would like to do it like the other side. We know that women too get approached by men, of course. And I feel that men even play the long game. They would watch you, see what your weaknesses are, and and I feel that men or husbands are not shy about telling you what is happening here. It's women that are saying, well, I'm going to leave it to him to sort it out. You might say, what am I seeing? I don't get it. Well, I don't like it. I'm telling you, I just don't like it. Whatever you want to do, just better sort it out. So it's important that we can help each other that way.
Let's take a few comments on social media.
Back to the women point Morayo made. The onus doesn't necessarily have to be on the woman. But if you value your thing, it's okay. Protect it. And help your partner. I agree. Yeah. That's the way. Because, we are quick to, when men say they will seduce your husband, women are quick to say, is he a baby? Can you not do that?
Sometimes it's good to ask that question.
You are married to a human.
Honestly.
A human. It's not an adult. It's not your baby you raised. He doesn't live by your own standards. He has his own exposures, his own past, his own standards. My father was a very, very, very strong polygamous background, but he struggled to be a monogamist as in a struggle. He was deliberately choosing that part, and so he needed help. He worked hard at it. So I've seen people, don't excuse these things. Just do your own role. Don't be the one that they will tell somebody will take your husband and say, let them take him if they like. That means you value him, put on your guard. You don't lose guard.
Okay, I think we can wrap up. Let's take a few comments and we run off.
Lesson says, even if love is in the heart, we must talk it when we get to be alone. How can you tell me you are a chief and marriage should come before titles, even if he had to clean his mouth afterwards? It's embarrassing. Dolapo says, on the matter of Nigerian men dialing down to 0 on PDA after marriage, I raise objection now. There are cases I can reference and back up 100% that it's Madam that is pushing the brakes on the PDA from Oga. Who must now bakamu those ones uncle.
Gladys says, you ladies are indeed very funny. Express your mind, beloved presenters. Dam Ebika says, it's the responsibility of any person, both male and female, to flee from temptation unless the person likes it. The question is maybe next week, what if the men like it?
Hey.
Because we always feel it's somebody that is coming to my husband. It's somebody that is now, what if
the man is enjoying it? That's the topic for another day. We have to wrap up.
From seduction
that is all we can take on this show today. Thank God they postponed the elections, so have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.